Hey, this is Jonathan Potoshnik. The question is about door hangers. So I have a number of things that I'm just going to point out some topics, and hopefully you can see some of this stuff. So the question's about door hangers, and I just want to share a few things. These are concepts about producing door hangers. So let me give you an example, and these aren't necessarily specific to lawn care. Some of these are for my different businesses, and these are only a very, very few examples of a lot of stuff that we've produced. So I'm going to show you some door hanger and postcard examples, and not all of them are good ones, and they're really just from a conceptual standpoint. But I want to point out some really important things. So when it comes to door hangers, postcards, your website, everything, it's all about testing. You're not going to sit down and write a great piece. You're not going to sit down and write the perfect thing. So first I must say that when we talk about door hangers, if you look at what comes on your door in general, do not copy it. They are terrible. I'll give you a great example of a common residential door hanger. It says Joe's Lawn Care at the top, and it has a phone number and some little picture on it. And it says satisfaction guaranteed, mow, edge, weed eat, and blow, or something like that. It's going to say what they do. We mow, we edge, we weed eat, we sweep or blow off the concrete, and we fertilize. And we trim bushes, something like that. It's basically going to be a company name, a list of the services provided, and a phone number. And, please call us because we want your business. It's a worthless piece of marketing. If that's what you're going to produce, don't do it. It's not worth it. I've done that kind of stuff, so I can tell you from experience that I've learned this stuff the hard way. Don't do that stuff. It's worthless. Think about what you look at, that you get on your door, what you get in your mailbox, and think about what you respond to. Whatever you do, you've got to frame it so that it benefits your client. Your client does not care about you. They don't care that you want their business. They don't care that you need their business. They don't care about anything about you. They care about themselves and their families. We all do. We care about ourselves. You've got to put it into words where you are making the benefit to them so compelling they can't say no to you. So I'm going to just cover very broad concepts here. This really needs to be a number of videos. So first and foremost, think about what you're writing. Nobody gives a flip that you need their business. So first of all, don't do that. Think about what you would want if you were buying lawn care. What would they have to say to you to, first of all, even get you to look at the piece, then hold your attention more than 3 seconds, then get you to read the first paragraph, then get you to read it all the way to the end, and then get you to get off the couch, to turn off the TV, go pick up the phone, look around the house for the cordless phone, dial the phone number, sit on hold. What is it going to take to get you to do all of that? What are you going to have to write that's so good that somebody's going to go to all that trouble or go boot up their computer and get on the internet to find you? So first, think about it from that perspective. Something else I won't expand on, but I'm just going to say, is don't make it boring. Nobody wants to read anything boring. Nobody ever sits down to read a boring book or read a boring newspaper article or a boring magazine article. Don't bore them with your marketing. They don't care to read anything boring. They want something that has personality in it. They want something that keeps their attention. They want stories. So I'm not going to expand, but think about that kind of stuff. Something else, color. So you use something in color. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to sell more or get you any additional business. So let me show you a piece here. Not that it's great, but this piece is clearly fancier than this piece right here. So this one is one color, black, and it's printed on a yellow piece of paper. This piece outperformed this piece about 3-1. What's the difference? Well, one is the loser is about 3 times the size of the winner. The winner is far more boring looking. At least the loser has some pictures on it. It's a nicer design. So what's the difference? The only thing it could be is the copy. The call to action, meaning what do I get if I respond? The headline, the words, the copy on the page, the what am I going to get when I respond? The offer essentially. maybe a deadline, like for instance, and it's not quite the case in this case, but maybe, if this one had a compelling offer and a deadline, if you don't respond within 6 days, then you're going to lose out. And this one had no deadline, good chance that this one wouldn't pull as well. So that's the next thing I wanted to mention is because one might be prettier than the other does not mean it's going to win. It's all about what the words are on the page. And so that's something to keep in mind. And I'll show you one of our really successful door hangers. This is a really successful door hanger for our company. It's double-sided. I used to have a door hanger back when we had about 300 clients or 200. I had a door hanger that was about this big, huge, real big thing. Hung on the door, put out over 100,000 of them. Full color, beautiful, just awesome. But I didn't get the copyright, and I might have sold 150 people on it. I don't know how many I sold. I don't know the numbers, but it wasn't anything to get excited about. Our cost per sale was over $100 a sell. I know that. Maybe approaching 200. I don't recall, but it was pretty, and it looked really cool, and we got a lot of great compliments on it. This one's still fairly pretty, actually, but this one destroys all the results on the one that was 3 times its size. It was a big door hanger, and this one doesn't have a doorknob hanger on it or anything. And this one is far outperforms what we did before. Copy. It made all the difference. Let me show you a couple other things. In the form of personality, I don't know if you can see this one. I've got a picture of my son when he's now 7. But this is a picture of my son on here when he was 2, I believe. The postcard is completely written as though it's coming from him. And I use a kid's font on it. It's basically trying to talk like he talks. It's talking about, his daddy made him this incredibly compelling offer, and they didn't respond. But it really is said from more of a kid's perspective. I guess you could call it a pretty postcard. It's one of our nicer looking ones, but the key to it is the copy. We have a call to action, meaning what are you going to get if you respond? When do you have to respond by before you lose out? We have 7 bonuses. We have 7 gifts over here, so we're giving away a lot. We're being generous. It tells them exactly what to do in terms of going to pick up the phone. It gives them a number of different ways to get a hold of us. And there's just a whole lot of stuff on it. It's got a headline. It's got headlines on both sides. This side where the address is the most important side. Your mail comes in your mailbox. So I'm kind of straying from door hangers here, but your mail comes where the address side is facing up. So that's the first thing they see. If you don't get them on that side, if they don't like it, they'll never flip it over. It'll go straight into the trash can. Think about that with your door hangers. If the door hanger company is hanging your door hangers, you don't know which direction they're going to hang it. You better be able to catch them on both, on both sides. I used the same headline on both sides on this particular door hanger. Again, we have a lot of different stuff because we test, and that's critical.